Jim Gibbs is no stranger to gardening. In fact, he's been at it his entire life. As the founder of a very successful garden design and landscape company, Jim has spent decades immersed in plants and the intricacies of how to make them work together in perfect harmony. His passion for gardening found its ultimate voice when, after 15 years of touring the finest gardens in the world, he decided to make his mark in North Georgia. Jim knew that the most important component of a world-class garden was site selection, and with unwavering patience, he spent 6 years searching for just the right place. He knew that a strong water source was imperative, as well as noble, mature trees. The site he settled on could not have been more perfect. 292 magnificent acres of rolling topography are home to hundreds of springs that feed 24 ponds and 19 waterfalls. Garden rooms are cleverly hidden around each turn, and the shaded paths culminate in 3 featured gardens: the Manor House Garden, the Japanese Garden, and the Water Lily Garden. Today we'll spend the day with this visionary gardener as he shares what he's learned over a lifetime of dedication to the art of gardening. Jim, you mentioned earlier how important water was to the site selection for this garden, and it's an indispensable feature for great gardens, and the way that it engages our senses and the kind of experience that we get as we walk through a garden that has great water features is outstanding.
Of course, I love water gardens. I was fascinated when I went to Monet's garden, Giverny, out of Paris, and he had all the water lilies, but then his bridge was beautiful too, and the reflections in the water. So we have planted now over 147 varieties of water lilies. Half of these are hardy, meaning that they come back every year. The other half are tropical. We found it's cheaper to just buy new plants each year and put them in. They're not expensive, $8 or $9 for a new plant. That's going to bloom all the way until heavy frost in November. So the tropicals have taller stems, bigger flowers, and reflect in the water. The hardy that you're seeing right now that are blooming are going to be shorter stems. Another thing that's important to know is they've never been able to hybridize blue, lavender, or purple in a hardy. They have it in a tropical. The nice thing about the color is on a hot summer day, when you're looking at water lilies, remember blue, lavender, purple are cool colors that make the garden feel cooler. So that's nice also.
Your ponds are unique because these are all spring-fed, and many sites don't have the luxury of having a spring-fed pond, so we're having to either line them with some kind of mortar or a plastic liner, right?
Correct, and what we were able to do here, as I mentioned earlier, I looked for an abundance of water, but I never dreamed that I would find such an abundance of water. We're on a huge aquifer. When a track backhoe digs down 5 feet, a geyser of water will shoot up, and that spring will continue to run indefinitely. So every pond you see, there are 24 ponds, each one is spring fed with at least 3 to 5 to 7 big springs. Wow. So we have the same spring water temperature throughout, even in the winter. So our water lilies will bloom into December because the water temperature doesn't change.